Hello, everybody. Hi, Marty. Oh, good. Good to see you. Hi, Edward. And we have a new member joining, Francisco Luna Jr. Welcome. All right. So here we are live on a Chi Talk. And I wanted to go to the basics today and just kind of go to the basic and talk about Chi and what Chi means and how it's connected to a little bit more complex ideas and thoughts in Taoist tradition. So before we start, let's do some. Okay, hold on. I see Wendy's trying to get in. Let's get everybody in. All right. Hi, Wendy. Welcome. And this is Ellie Cohen, a medical Qigong practitioner, energy healing coach. This podcast that would be recorded into a podcast would be about the concept of Qi and how it's connected to self-healing and the different levels of how we connect with the idea of Qi. So it's kind of like going back to the basic, what Qi is, which is the most, basic thing in that we study in Taoism and in Qigong. And from there, we kind of break it into the complexity that that entails within that term. All right, so let's start with a little bit of a beginning meditation. So if you will, let's close the eyes and just feel the body. Yeah, just close the eyes and we let yourself begin by coming into the body. Just feeling the point of contact of the body with the floor. So it could be the feet touching on the earth or the sit bones on the chair, and acknowledging that connection and acknowledging that underneath the chair and the floor, there's the earth and there's gravity. And align yourself with gravity. So instead of feeling like you need to hold yourself up, just softly release tension in the body, in the shoulders, maybe in the stomach. Scan the body to see where you hold tension. Relax, release it to gravity. So instead of holding yourself up, you're feeling like you're being held, like a baby. A baby, and the mother is the earth. So just give yourself to the earth force. Align yourself with that force. Release mental tension from the brain into the earth. And as we acknowledge our physical body, we also acknowledge, so when you acknowledge the physical body, you acknowledge, point of contact with the chair. Like we said, you can acknowledge areas of tension. You can acknowledge just kinesthetically how different areas in the body feel. The lower back, the neck, the shoulders, the scapula. Is there anything that feels like pain, spaciousness? How do you feel kinesthetically in your body? Any sensation that pertain to the physical structure. And in the same way that we put attention to the physical body, align ourselves with gravity, we put attention into our emotional body. How do you feel emotionally right now? Are you feeling calm? Are you feeling anxious? Are you feeling like what is going on for you? Feel happy? Do you feel excited today? Yeah. We are less, the physical body is easy to access. The emotional body, people tend to be able to less access it. How do we feel emotionally? It's very interesting, very important practice. And also, how do we feel mentally? So what mentally means is your thoughts are creative and open, feeling inspired, or are your thoughts are going in a loop? Are you thinking about the same thing over and over again, fast? Are they slow? Are they fast? Are they inspiring and positive? Are they contracted and yeah? Let's take a few deep breaths before we start. A few deep breaths. Exhale from the mouth. Few deep breaths into these 3 levels of attention. So first breath would be into the body, any physical tension, tightness, spaciousness. Breath into the emotional body, where you emotionally are right now. Exhale from the mouth. And into your mental body, your thoughts. And exhale from the mouth. So literally you can just inhale through the whole body, and you can inhale to the heart center, putting a little spaciousness there. Exhale from the mouth, and then you can inhale into the brain and where we are thinking. Exhale from the mouth. Let the breath be, and you can go around again through each center and do it when the breath is very soft, very calm, very long and very deep. Adding on the inhale, adding some positive intention for the body. Maybe you can inhale openness, free flow of energy, good sensation. Into the heart, you can inhale love and peace and calm. And into the brain, you can inhale inspiration and creativity. Nice. And let's slowly open the eyes. Wow, beautiful, beautiful. So it's really just take a few minutes to kind of realign ourselves. We're doing like a different meditation every time we are here. It's kind of fun. So wow, we have a good group today. Welcome everybody. And then so I'll start by talking a little bit about Qi, and then open it to whatever you guys want to share or ask about it. So I thought it's very important because I'll tell you why in a second. So if we look at the character, the best way to start talking about Qi is just how it's being written in Chinese. And Chinese is very ideographic, very pictogrammic, and there's 2 characters to the word Qi, and one is rice, and then is the steam that comes off of rice. So right there in these 2 characters of rice and steam come off of rice, there's really everything that you want to know about Qi. And we're talking about the energy of transformation. You know, we're talking about the rice, which is material, and we're talking about steam. Yeah, when you cook rice, you open the lid and the steam comes off of the rice. And so we're talking about also the formless energy. So in Qigong, and a lot of people think that Qigong is a physical practice, but really it's not. It's not physical practice. It's more an energetic practice, and it's a practice of transformation. So we have the matter, which is your physical body, like the rice, and we have the formless. So we have the form and the formless, the matter and the immaterial. Your thoughts and emotions being the formless energy, and your body is the form. And there's a constant flow of energy between the form and the formless. So whatever you engage with mentally, that would transform and create a physical sensation in the body. It creates a reality in your body. Whatever you engage with emotionally and mentally, with, yeah, there's we call it a two-way traffic between the rice and the steam. So that's the first thing that we kind of like want to acknowledge. And, you know, different teaching, putting attention on different parts, but in self-healing, we're really putting attention on this kind of basic understanding, the form and the formless. And we call it sometimes the yin and the yang, the visible and the invisible, and the connection between the two. So that itself, this is really how it's connecting to the Tao, to what energy is about and what life is about. It's about transformation, and it's about moving from one state to another. So that movement creates energy, that energy is life. Yeah, so the process of purification is part of the work with the Tao. And the purification comes to really tell us that you know, the work with the Tao is to become your natural state, to come back to your original self. The original self is where all the chi is. Yeah, the present moment is where all the chi is. And so this is one level of connecting with the world chi in Chinese, from the pictogram. Another level is to talk about the idea of the exchange of energy between you and the universe. Because rice, you know, a lot of people think about Qigong being a kind of a personal practice, but it's really a practice. It's much more than just a personal practice that you do with yourself for self-healing or for keeping yourself in good shape. It's much larger than that. And that's the understanding that we grow rice. Yeah, rice, we have to work to grow rice. And we have to, so life is about cultivating energy. Yeah, and then so it also means breath. Yeah, chi means breath. Yeah, the vapor means breath of life. And so the idea of breath is the idea of exchange with the universe. So rice, steam, all the energy that we're taking in from the environment. And without the environment, we won't have energy. We are really, really dependent on the environment to be alive. We always, and this is what we say, nature heals in Qigong. When you step out and look at nature and you connect with nature. So we're not living in a vacuum. We're living in a community. We're living in a world, where we always in exchange of the energy with. And this is very important because we live in an era of, especially you can say in this country, of individualism. and to understand the codependency is really to understand that whenever you cultivate goodness inside of you, then your job is to reflect it out to the community, you have to grow your rice. And if you wait too long, it would rot. Or if you water it too much, it would not be good. So the exchange of energy with the universe is part of the word chi, and the understanding of how we are codependent. And it's a work of giving and receiving. And again, you cannot do only yin or yang. You cannot take breath in all the time. You have to breathe it out. And that is the idea of balance and energy. And this is really the kind of another level, if you will, of the word qi. Now, in Qigong, we call it Qi Gong, and Gong is cultivation. The word gong means cultivation or practice, energy practice. And so what we practice is that practice, is like exactly what we're talking about, the transformation, the giving and receiving, the yin and yang, the understanding. So in a Qigong practice, we want to engage with our thoughts. We want to engage with our emotion. We want to engage. We understand that everything, and Qigong, practice would incorporate that into the practice. So you would understand, you would practice how a thought becomes an emotion, how emotion becomes, how there's a two-way traffic, how there's a two-way traffic between you and the universe. So that's the practice of self-cultivation. And the cultivation of Qigong, the practice of Qigong means cultivating energy. And how do we cultivate energy? By understanding this kind of principle of how do we take energy, how do we give energy, and so on and so forth. So we have the three dantians, if you will, that we did in the meditation in the beginning. We have the lower dantian, which means your blood, your bones, your bone marrow, your physical strength, and this is called Jing. Yeah, Jing is your physical body, and then we have the heart, which is Qi, and then we have the thoughts, the brain, which is Shen. Yeah, so we have the three, and what the Taoist masters tells us is that one form into another. So if you keep your body healthy physically, it would create qi, so it would create good emotions, a good emotion. Yeah, if you just think about, if you didn't sleep well or you ate bad food, emotionally you would feel you wouldn't feel good too. So it says, so the things, the energy transform and nourish into itself. So the good relationship, good feelings would create good Shen, good thoughts. And this is the process of purification that goes back and forth. So we always want to be, so this is kind of like a little bit, a little talk about the word Qi and what it means and how it relates to Qigong, to the practice, and how it's related to spirituality, to being more aligned, to refine your Qi, meaning to understand this connection and to work with the three dantians, to work with the three energy centers and to purify them. Yeah, so being in good health is one way, and there's Qigong practices that starts with first with health and healing, with being physically in a good state, like sleeping good, eating good, having that. And then the other one is emotional, having good connections. So if you have like, you're very healthy, but you have in your life, you have not a very good emotional connection with your spouse or relatives, that's another type of work that you have to do. And then we have also the Shen, the spirit. So all of them are feeding with each other. Like another one for thought is that if you engage always in mental agitation, like I would say looking at the news all day would not really be good for you, and mentally. It's so we have that's very interesting, that how always the the news is built on what we call the negative bias. That we are drawn into being afraid from from we are always in the state of survival, so we always look for the negative, like so we can run away from it. So this is what the news is built itself for, like grabbing your attention. Oh, you should worry about this, you should worry about that. And that really doesn't help in the purification of the Shen. So purification of the Shen would be done, the best way would be meditation, or a very calm, very relaxed Qigong practice. Yeah, we have the Qigong for good night's sleep on Wednesday night, which is really, really calming the Shen. It's really beautiful. Purification of the Shen. So yeah, so this is kind of like, I hope you got something so far out of this talk about Qi and Qigong and what Qi is about. Are there any, are there any questions or any, anything that you want to share? Any insights that you feel out of this conversation? I just want to kind of open it up to see if anybody wants to say something about this or ask something about this. So again, there's many level of the word Qi. We talked about the first one, the second one, and there's even more layers. But I think it's nice to kind of stop here, pause here, and see where you guys at with it. Anybody wants to share or say something? Yes, Bart, go ahead.
I thought that chi was everything, the body and the space around us and the earth and the cosmos and everything. But you said that chi is only the breath.
Mm.
No?
No, it's you're right. Yeah, you're right. Chi energy is everywhere. Is everywhere. Is in the cosmos. Is in nature. Is what make the tree grows. So it's this invisible energy. Yeah, the life animating, the energy that animates all life, and it's mysterious. The way it works is mysterious. Um, we talked about in this kind of talk. We really kind of make a focus on the basic of how transformation happen of form and formless energy, and how the relationship between form and formless, because this is really important for self-healing. I found mastering our mind, mastering our emotion, and how it relates to the body. So this is an aspect of chi. But yeah, you're right, absolutely. Chi is really everything, and it exists in the human realm and outside of the human realm, and there's always a transformation, always it's transforming each other. So the personal chi, you have your personal energy, and you have the energy in nature. Why nature heals? Because nature works in a magnificent way, of always being in balance. Nature always balances itself. It's always in equilibrium. And when we are in nature, we connect with that on a very subconscious level. We connect with that energy. We connect with this. We are part of nature, and this is how we heal, through understanding on a deeper level the balance. So a lot of us, a lot of things happening right now in nature because of climate change or this or that, and it makes us some people upset or sad, but really what nature does is always working towards equilibrium. And yeah, so this is a universal energy, and when we align ourselves, we're not rejecting what's happening around us, then we are aligning ourselves with the chi, the universal energy, and we can experience more calm, more health. That makes sense.
Yes, yes. And also sometimes I hear about positive energy and negative energy. And then
I love that.
sometimes I hear others speak about no, bad energy does not exist. Energy is always good. Or bad
Ah,
energy does not, yeah.
that's a
So
great subject. Thank you. Wow, that's a whole cheat talk by itself. But I'm gonna answer. I'm gonna answer this. So both are true, and I'll tell you how I tell you how it works, so how I see it, if you will, how the Tao see it. So yes, there's no good or bad energy. There is positive and negative, because positive and negative creates electricity, and we have to have that. We have to have rain in order to have flowers. So if you see a picture and you're like, oh my God, it's beautiful. I love to be in all these, there's a lot of trees and flowers, but there was a rainy day that this flower came up. And when it was rainy, you didn't like it. So sometimes you like something and you don't like something that we call bad or good or bad, but that's really a translation of personal translation of the energy. So there's no good and bad. There's just energy, and it always transforms to each other. And there's always days of thunders and rain for weeks, and you don't like it. And some people like it, and some people don't like it. And so really there's no bad energy. It's just how you perceive it. So how you perceive it. So sometimes you're going to be so triggered, like somebody would tell you something, or even you're going to see some situation, or even, hey, or let's take this pandemic. Most people don't like this pandemic because it drives them out of their comfort zone, but a lot of people got a lot of benefit out of, like, in the long run, got a lot of benefit out of this pandemic. Or there's always good and bad. But but trying to understand that the good or bad is a translation of your psyche into the reality. And it's being done very reactively. So you sometimes, most of the time, you're not aware, because we are aware this. We said the conscious mind is a very small percentage of the whole, all what's going on. So the subconscious mind is so big. Most of the 90, more than 90% is subconscious. So you're reacting to things. So you're reacting to something and it's negative for you, or bad. Like let's take an example. Okay, I'll take an example, make it really simple. Like, for me, I don't like big cities. Like, I never liked New York City. Now, if you love New York City, don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful city, but I don't like big city with all the pollution, all the traffic. I don't like it. So when I go there, I feel contracted. Is it bad? No, it's not bad at all. There's a lot of energy there. If you think about New York City, it's so much energy, right? So when I go there, I do my Qigong practice. I open myself energetically and I harness all this energy. It's a lot of energy. So some people would be in New York and they would be alive, coming to life. And some people, it would be like, oh my God, take me out of here. So is it bad or good? It's not bad or good. It's just energy. It's actually a lot of energy. It's great energy if you know how to harness it. If you're, and a lot of times, so how can you, and this is part of the process of how can you detect and how you can shift your mind, how they can pivot. And this is what we talk about the pandemic a lot of times, that we talk about pivoting. Yeah, we're talking about the pandemic. How can we, the character of crisis in Chinese character, or even fear, the character of fear in Chinese pictogram is opportunity. It's actually the same character for opportunity. So seeing in the negative of what you call negative or bad, the opportunity to transform it. And this is really going back to the rice and the steam. How can we transform? How can we consciously work with the environment? And one of my teachers used to be really, really the one that I start studying Qigong with. That was really his thing, and so I learned a lot about it. And a lot of times I would go in winter, and you know how in winter when it's cold you start contracting the body like that, and I would start to relax it consciously. I would start to relax the body and open. And I feel like actually it's when you're breathing and relaxing, you're feeling like, of course, the contracting creating muscular tension and warms you up. So it's good. But then the mind, the contracting creates some thoughts in the brain, So working with the body and with the mind would be really interesting, like the story about New York. Like, go to a place that you don't like and see how you can open yourself to it. Well, and of course, so this is, I hope it kind of sheds a light on the negative or positive and personal connection with the negative or positive. Does that make sense, Bart?
Yes, yes, of course. And I have another question about low
Mm-hmm.
vibrational and high vibrational energy.
Mm-hmm.
How do you look at that? Or
Mm-hmm.
and is chi always energy with high vibration, or does it not matter?
Chi is energy, so it transforms into each other. So there's rainy days, and then there's a rain, and there's a sun, and it always transform into each other. Vibration, high vibration, low vibration, we talk about in the terms of holding tension in your body. So vibrational energy, we look at vibration. There's low vibration and there's a high vibration. It's very nice. It's a very good book. It's called Power versus Force. Look it up. There's a chart about how different emotional vibration can, when you are in a low vibrational energy, you're basically holding a lot of tension. So if you're talking about your personal chi, there's you can hold energy as tension, or you can hold it as flow. Flow, when everything is flowing, when there's no resistance, you're in the present moment, and you're in a place of love and abundance, love, joy, peace, and that's high vibration. When you're starting to get tense, Yeah, when you are resisting the present moment, when you are, what is tension? Tension is that when you are not accepting what's going on right now. Something is not, you perceive it, you don't like it. Something you don't accept. Like you sit here and maybe your chair doesn't feel very, you don't accept something. That's what tension is about. So you don't accept something about this present moment. Whenever that happens, there's tension. When there's tension, the vibration, lower vibration. And so when you get into a place of healing, when you're trying to heal yourself, you really want to elevate your heart vibration to love, peace, and joy. So you'd have to go up, and there's a way to do it. We do it through qigong practice. We do it through this. So that's a little bit about vibrational energy. Bart, these are amazing questions. Each one of them is another chi talk topic. Yes, Edward. Hold on. Edward is raising his hand for a long time.
No, it's okay. I don't want to take up
No,
much
no,
more
no.
time.
This is beautiful, Bart. I love your question. Are really, really powerful, powerful questions. Amazing. Yes, Edward.
So yeah, thank you, Bart. It's great conversation you're having with Bart, Billy. Good and bad. So what I got a long time ago is humans have the God-given ability to choose. And in the context of that, good and bad, right and wrong, my right is someone else's wrong and vice versa. But I choose to make it all right for me. And I don't know if this is, you know, what's happening here, because I could say this is wrong, but I know by saying, okay, I don't know, just let it be. And I have no resistance, because what you resist persists. And I just let things go back into the universe. And it makes my day go like that. And it makes it easy for me. And I don't have to be caught up in right, wrong, good, bad. I just want good and right. And being able to choose in my ability as a human, I'm going to keep myself here and enjoy the day. And I'll
Mhm.
say, you know, Qigong is great. It heals me, and it does. And someone else will say, oh, that doesn't work. But choose to choose for myself and create my life and my day in a
Mhm.
positive vein.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And you know, a choice is starts with mindfulness, right? A choice starts with being aware and deciding not to have this thought or this thought to take root. How do we not rooting what we're reacting to? Well, first we have to acknowledge that we are looking at a thing in a certain way that is not good for us, and how we pivot, how we do a mind shift, how we're not letting it root. And this is really the work of choosing, of not allowing things to take root, because you creating your reality, and that is only you. And because other people have different reality. How come different people have different reality? Because they choose uncontrollably. They're on autopilot. So when we bring a sense of mindfulness, so mindfulness is really the entry point, being aware and then starting to choose, right? So beautiful talk. I see that this is turning into a beautiful talk, but we are on time. We are already at 12:30. But I don't want to cut it just short. How, Bart, how's that sound to you? It's
It's
thank
it sounds very good. Yes,
Yes, it's
very
amazing
nice
talk, Bart.
information.
Thank you so much for like bringing all these subjects, and I want to take each one and making a whole session out of it. So maybe we'll do that. But that is beautiful. And mindfulness, choosing. Edward, thank you so much. This is a beautiful talk. All right,
Yeah.
let's close it. I know that some of you haven't talked yet, but let's put a focus next week on another subject within what we talk now, and we continue it like that. And let's put hands on the heart and close this practice with breathing into the heart and noticing what inspires us in this talk today, what we want to kind of take from this talk, what was the most kind of epiphany or something. So let's breathe into it. And maybe you can take some of this inspirational moment today into the next few hours and see how you can work with it consciously in your mind or in your body or whatever you choose to. So breathe into the heart, smile into the heart. Take that moment of inspiration from this talk today and see how you can implement it into your day. Nice. Relax the hands down, open the eyes. Thank you so much. This is becoming a really fun thing, this chi talk, right? We all love it. Bart, thanks you. Bart, Edward, Marty, thank you. Susan, Sharon, thank you for being here and contributing and making this continue and all that. So thank you so much, and I'll see you next week or in class. Bye.